Well, hello and how are you? Hey, friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shen Briscoe, coming to you live right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, today's Friday, March the 29th, 2024. God, happy birthday shout outs going out to Kimberly, George, Lowell. And so, without further ado, here is a birthday shout out for you. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Why, it's another year gone away. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. Hey, your happy birthday day today. I said, hey, Kimberly. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Why, that's another trip around the sun that you made. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. Day today. It's your happy birthday day today. All right, there we go. Hey, those are the Shin Show. Well, no, that's the birthday shout outs. How about them Shin Show fans? Yeah, we've got them. Savannah Murphy Beeson, Martin Kelly, aka Smiley, Marianne Williams Briscoe, aka my mommy, Sarah Lee, Ken and Becky Tackett, uh, Isabel Lowell, uh, no, I'm sorry, and Love Your Brother, aka Spencer Aubrey, and new subscribers Jennifer Aubrey and Mr. J. Locklear. New folks on the air. Oh, and how about let's mentioning Rico Murphy. We'll throw out a Shin Show welcome to him too, because well, he's probably watching right here, right now, live. Usually he spends most of the time on the show if he can. Weather forecast for the St. Charles viewing area for the next 5 days, starting right here, right now. It's going to be brought to you by Helping Hands Thrift Store and Foster Care Closet. They're running a big show today. They've got a sidewalk sale going on, and everything in the store, all prices are great. Get on over there. This is a uh, uh, what do you call it? A fundraising drive. That's right, fundraising drive, so that the foster care kids can get what they need. So please come on over at 416 South Fifth Street to Helping Hands Thrift Store for the fundraiser and help support the foster care kids. Alrighty, alrighty then. Here's that weather forecast for you today, Friday, March the 29th. Sun and clouds mixed together with high temperatures of 78 degrees Fahrenheit. South winds are south at 15 to 25 miles per hour with a few higher wind gusts possible. Some clouds with low temperatures of 58 degrees Fahrenheit and winds south to southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour overnight. Saturday, March the 30th, we're going to have intervals of clouds and sunshine, warmer temperatures with highs around 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be out of the west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies during the evening, followed by cloudy skies overnight. Slight chances of rain showers with low temperatures of 53 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. That'll be a decent Easter Sunday for you. Rain won't be coming in until overnight. So there you go. And then Sunday, wait, no, doggone it, that was Saturday. Sunday is when we're going to have the issues. That'll be Sunday's forecast. A few showers early with overcast skies later in the day. That'll kind of put a damper on your egg hunt. because, well, it'll wash all the color off your eggs. High temperatures around 82 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain only 30% here in St. Charles, so that's not too bad. Hopefully, it won't be enough rain to worry about. Uh, Besides that, the kids, they like going out in the rain anyway. Cloudy skies overnight, low temperatures of 59 degrees Fahrenheit, winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now, that doesn't mean mostly that rain's going to try to stay north of St. Louis. So hopefully it'll get up there out of our range and our areas so that we don't get too much of it on our Sunday. Monday, April the 1st, scattered thunderstorms in the morning, becoming more widespread in the afternoon. Storms may produce some hail. High temperatures of 78 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 80%. Thunderstorms during the evening will give way to a steady rain overnight near 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. 90% chance of rain. Tuesday, April 2nd, light rain early, then remaining cloudy with showers in the afternoon. High temperatures of 53 degrees Fahrenheit with winds northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Chances of rain 70%. Cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low temperatures of 37 degrees Fahrenheit with winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Then our fifth and final day for our 5-day forecast in the St. Charles viewing area. Wednesday, April the 3rd. Intervals of clouds and sunshine. High temperatures around 50 degrees Fahrenheit with winds northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Some clouds early will give way to generally clear conditions overnight. Low temperatures of 34 degrees Fahrenheit with winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And that, my friends, is your 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. Brought to you by Helping Hands Thrift Store and Foster Care Closet located at 416 South District. Okie dokie, Shamoki. Where are we going to go now? Well, let's see. Time was when there was a youngster a brewing way back in. Oh, I had my times back in the school days. Yeah, well, I was a rascal back then. Matter of fact, on my way to school, lots of times we'd find all kinds of things. Oh, garter snakes and black snakes, just different things like that. Of course, me being who I was, I'd bring a snake in and throw it in behind the door when I got to school so that when the doors got shut, the snake would come rolling out and trail down the hallways until the kids, till the kids in the halls started screaming and stuff. But it wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me. That's just the way it were back when I was a kid. We'd also do things like mud puddle stick fights. Yeah, walking sticks, green and brown, just to see who would last the longest. And then after that, we'd also do praying mantises and green walking sticks because green ones would generally win over the brown. And so we would throw in a praying mantis and a green walking stick and see how which one came out of that puddle alive. Hey, we were kids, and that was back in the day. Used to walk to school. Of course, bus stop was 1 mile away from the entrance to the school, so that was by road. If you walked through the cornfield, it was about an eighth of a mile. And so half the time we'd walk through the cornfield instead of waiting on the bus. Mm, just had a fiasco with the old meds. Didn't make my mouth at all. Every one of the last one of them dropped in the lap. So there you have it. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, speaking of that hail, my neighbor, he drives his boss's truck around. They had stopped at lunch down in Oak Fallon somewhere, and the hail hit and just plummeted that truck. Yeah, hail damage all over the top, and then the bed cover. Not only did it get hail damage to it, it went right through it. It looked like Swiss cheese. I brought the chair up as high as I could go just to see what it looked like. Yep, the whole back end of it was just uh, shredded with holes and stuff. They had palm size hail. I'm talking baseball size hail out in that area. It was pretty rough, boy. I'll tell you, that plummeted. Hand size, baseball size hail. That could do some damage. As a matter of fact, it took out the windshield on, well, not took it out, but it did crack the windshield on that truck. So he had hood damage, windshield damage, and top of the truck roof damage, and the bed cover was all damaged. He needed a paint job on the truck anyway, so by the time they replaced the hood and the top of the roof, all you can do is pretty much just fill that in with putty and paint over it anyway. So anyway, he had more damage on the truck than it was worth almost. All right, hey, what are we trying to do here? Trying to look up a song, maybe. I don't know which song to sing though, because well, that's just the way it is. I kind of ad lib through the show as I go. There's got to be something though, something in this twilight. Eyes are gleaming. Song lyrics: Willie Nelson. Mm-hmm. Come on. Ah, there's our A to Z. We like A to Z. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Blue eyes crying in the rain. We'll do it that way. Song lyrics: Blue eyes crying in the rain. In the twilight glow, I see blue eyes crying in the rain. When we kissed goodbye and parted, I knew I'd never meet again. Love is like dying ember, and only memories remain. And though the ages I'll remember, blue eyes crying in the rain. Someday when we meet up yonder, we'll stroll hand in hand again. In the wind that knows no parting, blue eyes crying in the rain. Blue eyes crying in the rain. All right, here we go. Well, he looked down into her brown eyes and he said, "Say a prayer for me." She threw her arms around him, whispered, "God will keep us free." They could hear the riders coming. He said, "This is my last stand. If they take me back to Texas, they won't take me back alive." And there were 7 Spanish angels at the altar of the sun, and they were praying for the lovers in the valley of the gun. When the battle stopped and the smoke cleared, there was thunder from the throne, and 7 Spanish angels, they took another angel home. She reached down and picked up the gun, and that lay smoking in his hand. She said, "Father, please forgive me. I can't make it without my man." And she knew the gun was empty, and she knew she couldn't win. But her final prayer was answered when the rifles fired again. Well, there were 7 Spanish angels at the altar of the sun. They were praying for the lovers in the valley of the gun. When the battle stopped and the smoke cleared, there was thunder from the throne, and 7 Spanish angels, they brought another angel home. There were 7 Spanish angels at the altar of the sun. They were praying for the lovers in the valley of the gun. When the battle stopped and the smoke cleared, there was thunder from the throne, and 7 Spanish angels, they brought another angel home. We'll do another one. We like them. Oops. Yes.
We are going to go to, I don't know, Walmart, Save a Lot. We're going to go somewhere and get something for dinner. But we are going to be the ones paying for it because we owe you money. We owe you like 35.
Okay.
And your food stamps are already out, so somebody has to pay cash.
I can't. I mean, do you want me to go with or?
I think we're okay just going slightly faster.
Okay.
No offense, but it takes me a minute to do the wheelchair clicks.
Right. Okie doke.
Extra work.
Alrighty. Living on the road, my friend. I couldn't pause that, by the way. Just FYI.
Okay.
Living on the road, my friend, was gonna keep you free and clean. And now you'll wear your skin like iron, and your breath is hard as kerosene. Weren't your mama's only boy, but her favorite one, it seems. She began to cry when you said goodbye and sink into your dreams. Pancho was a bandit boy. His horse was fast as polished steel. He wore his gun on his hip, outside his hip, for the whole honest world to feel. Pancho met his match, on the desert down in Mexico. Nobody heard his dying words. But that's the way it goes. Well, all the federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him slip away out of kindness, I suppose. Lefty, he can't sing the blues all night long like he used to. The dust left in Pancho's bit down south, ended up in Lefty's mouth. The day they laid poor Pancho low, Lefty split for Ohio, where he got to for the bread to go. There ain't nobody knows. When all federales say they could have had him any day, we only let him slip away out of kindness, I suppose. Well, the pious tell the Pancho fell and lefties living in cheap hotels. The desert's quiet and Cleveland's cold, and that's the way the stories were told. Pancho needs your prayers, it's true, but save a few for Lefty too. He only did what he had to do, and now he's growing old. And all the federales say we could have had him any day. We only let him slip away out of kindness, I suppose. A few brave federales say we could have had him any day. We only let him get away out of kindness, I suppose. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Well, let's see. That's one I was singing the other day. So we're going to try it. Um, what is that song? Mm, do, 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 do. Busted flat and down. Headed for the train. Feeling faded as my jeans. Bobby. Oh, there we go. Song lyrics Bobby McGee. I was busted fat in Baton Rouge. Headed for the train. Feeling nearly faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed the diesel down just before it rained. Took us all the way to New Orleans. Well, I took my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana and I blowed her side while Bobby sang the blues. With them windshield wipers slapping time and Bobby clapping hands, we finally sang up every song that driver knew. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose, and nothing ain't worth nothing, but it's free. And feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. And buddy, that was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. Well, from the coal mines of Kentucky to the California sun, Bobby shared the secrets of my soul. Standing right beside me through everything I'd done, and every night she kept me from the cold. Then somewhere near Salinas, Lord, I let her slip away. She was looking for that home I'd hoped she'd find. Well, I'd trade all my tomorrows for a single yesterday, holding body close to mine. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose, and ain't nothing worth nothing, but it's free. And feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. And buddy, that was good enough for me, good enough for me and Bobby McGee. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. There's one more that I want to sing, and same dude. Um, oh, let's see. Another little girl who follows me. Um, let's see. Oh, song lyrics: Jody and the Kid. She would meet me in the morning on my way down to the river, waiting patient by the China berry tree, while her feet already dusty from the pathway to the levee, and her little blue jeans rolled up to her knees. And I'd pay her no attention as she tagged along beside me, trying hard to copy everything I did. But I couldn't keep from smiling when I'd hear somebody saying, "Look yonder, there goes Jody and the kid." Even after we grew older, we could still be seen together as we walked along the levee holding hands. For as surely as the seasons, she was changing to a woman, and I'd lived enough to call myself a man. And she often lay beside me in the coolness of the evening till the morning sun was shining on my bed. And all at that time when she was sleeping, I would smile when I'd remember how they used to call us Jody and the kid. Now the world's a little older, and the years have changed the river. Because there's houses where there didn't used to be. And on Sundays I go walking down the pathways to the levee with another little girl who follows me. And it makes the old folks smile to see her tag along beside me, mm, doing things the way her mama did. But it gets a little lonesome when I hear somebody saying, "Look yonder, there goes Jody and the kid." There you go. That there's enough. All right. Hey, we're gonna jump on over to see what's going on around town. Not a whole lot, I'm telling you. I think First Fridays is the next thing coming up. Oh no, you know what? I am going to advertise for the Builders St. Charles uh, home show because I found out today that that's free admission. I don't know about parking, but yeah, free. Friday, 10 a.m. Saturday, uh, 7 p.m. Friday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Reoccurring daily. So get on over to the St. Charles Convention Center, and that starts but on the April 5th through April 7th. So get on over there. The Builders of St. Charles Home Show offers free admission and free parking. It is a top quality suburban consumer home show that takes place each April at the St. Charles Convention Center here in St. Charles, Missouri. This event gives you the opportunity to see, learn about, and buy the latest home improvements, the products, and the services in a convenient, easy to get to location with no admission or parking fees. This show is a quality event with a wide range of products and service, including windows, doors, fencing, siding, decks, spas, gardening equipment, sunrooms and patio enclosures, kitchens, baths, and so much more. The Home Builders Association of St. Louis and Eastern Missouri has been producing the St. Charles Home Show each spring since the St. Charles Convention Center opened in 2020, 2004. This conveniently located state of the art center is the perfect venue for a home show. 350 booths in approximately 70,000 square feet on two levels give you the opportunity to shop the latest home products and services from 250 companies in one place. Top notch celebrity speakers and fun fe- features make the show a must see for the whole family. The area, whoops, that didn't work. The area's top home improvement and building professionals will be there and show their newest products and design ideas on display. Countless experts will be on hand to offer ideas, advice, and answers to all of your home improvement questions and concerns. So there you have it. That there is the home show at the the Builders St. Charles Home Show at the St. Charles Convention Center, number one Convention Center Drive. Then first Fridays at the Foundry will be on uh, Friday, whatever that'll be. That will be the fifth, Friday the fifth, uh, down at the uh, Foundry Arts Center, located at 520 North Main Center, St. Charles, Missouri, 63301. Free. It's a free event and it starts at 5 p.m., runs to 8 p.m., reoccurring monthly on the first Fridays of each and every month. On the first Friday of each and every month, join the Foundry and celebrate the arts. The Foundry Arts Center will be open for extended hours through 8 p.m. for visitors to spend time in the galleries, meet residential studio artists, engage with the community, and enjoy a wide array of art programming, entertainment, and special events. So come on down to the Foundry, the Foundry Arts Center on Main Street. Okie doke. Hey, it looks like it's about story time for the kids. And we're going to see what we can do. Got a couple of people out there. Uh, let's see, who was it? Um, do 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 bop bop boo. Um, is Was it Isabel? Isabel, yeah, I think Isabel. She said she's reading um, uh, Snow White. No, yeah, no, Alice in Wonderland. That's what she's reading. We're not going to do Alice in Wonderland. That's a long, long story. I mean, we could start it, but we wouldn't be able to finish it today because, well, we know what happens with TV Grandpa when he starts reading stories to the kids. He starts to go to sleep. Yes, yes, he does. Well, hey, that's what happens. It's a bedtime story. It's supposed to make you sleepy. Alice in Wonderland. We would be on that for 6 months. Do 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 wop do wop wop ba da 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 ba dee da 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 do 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 ba 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 ba. Mm. Do 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 do. Ba ba doo bop bop boo. Shut up and do bop 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 boo. Do 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 bop boo. Bop 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 boo. Little Red Riding Hood, don't you know you? All right, kiddos. Hey, it's time to jump up on the couch or jump up on the bed because TV Grandpa has got another little story to relax your head. That's right. TV Grandpa is going to read one for you now. My brother. My brother calling directly into the show. Yellow. Yeah, well, I can't hear you. You know you're on the show. Want me to call you back? All right. Love you too. Bye. My brother finally got to play some pool that he's been wanting to do for a little while. Anyway, here we go. Ready? So once upon a time, there was a dear little girl who was loved by everyone who looked at her, but most of all, her grandmother. And there was nothing that she would not have given to the child. Once she gave her a little red riding velvet uh, cape, which suited her so well that she would never wear anything else. So she was always called Little Red Riding Hood. Well, one day her mother said to her, "Come, Little Red Riding Hood, here is a piece of cake and a bottle of wine. Take them to your grandmother. She is ill and weak, and they will do her good. Set out before it gets hot, and when you are going, walk nicely and quietly, and do not run off the path, or you may fall and break the bottle, and then your grandmother will get nothing. And when you get into her home, don't forget to say good morning and don't peep into every corner before you do it." "I will take care," said Little Red Riding Hood to her mother, and gave her a hand on it. Well, the grandmother lived out in the woods, half a league from the village, and just as Little Red Riding Hood entered the woods, a wolf met her. Little Red Riding Hood did not know what a wicked creature he was, and was not at all afraid of him. "Good day, Little Red Riding Hood," said he. "Thank you kindly, Wolf." "Why, um, oh, where away to you this so early, Little Red Riding Hood?" "I am going to my grandmother's house." "Well, what have you got in your apron?" "Cake and wine. Yesterday we baked, was baking day, and so poor sick grandmother is to have something good to make her stronger." "Well, where does your grandmother live, Little Red Riding Hood?" "Well, a good quarter of a league further in the woods. Her house stands under the tree, or the three large oak trees, the nut trees, and just below, and you surely must know it," replied Little Red Riding Hood. Well, the wolf thought to himself, what a tender young creature. What a nice, plump mouthful she would make. Well, better to eat. Uh, she would be better to eat than the old woman. But I must act crashfully, and so as to catch both. And so he walked for a short time by the side of Little Red Riding Hood, and then he said, "See, Little Red Riding Hood, how pretty the flowers are about here." Why do you not look ar- around? I believe, too, that you do not hear how sweetly the little birds are singing. You walk gravely along as you were going to school. Why, everything else out here in the woods is so merry. Well, Little Red Riding Hood raised her eyes, and when she saw the sunbeams dancing here and there through the trees and the pretty flowers growing everywhere, she thought, suppose I take grandmother a nose, fresh bouquet. Well, that would please her too. It is so early in the day that I shall still get there in good time. And so she ran from the path into the woods to look for flowers. And whenever she had picked one, she fancied uh, that she had seen still a prettier one further on down the trail, or down off the trail, and ran after it. And so got deeper and deeper into the woods. Meanwhile, the wolf ran straight to the grandmother's house and knocked at the door. Who's there? Little Red Riding Hood, replied the wolf. She is bringing cakes and wine. Open the door. Well, the wolf lifted the latch and lift the latch, called out the grandmother. I am too weak to and cannot get up. Well, the wolf lifted the latch. The door sprang open, and without saying a word, he went straight to the grandmother's bed and devoured her. And then he put on her clothes, dressed himself in her cap, and laid himself in the bed and drew the curtains. The Little Red Riding Hood, however, had been running about picking flowers, and when she had gathered so many flowers that she could not carry no more, she remembered her grandmother and set out on the way to her. She was surprised to find the cottage door standing open, and when she went in the room, she had such a strange feeling that she said to herself, oh dear, how uneasy I feel today. And at other times, I like being with grandmother so much. She called out, good morning, but received no answer. So she went to the bed and drew back the curtains. There lay her grandmother in her cap, pulled far over her face, and looking very strange. Oh, grandmother, she said, what big ears you have. The better to hear you with, my child, was the reply. But, grandmother, what big eyes you have, she said. The better to see you with, my dear, said the grandmother, with and but grandmother, what large hands you have. The better to hug you with, my dear. Oh, but grandmother, what terribly big mouth you have. The better to eat you with. And scarcely had the wolf said this, then with one bound he was out of the bed and swallowed up Little Red Riding Hood. When the wolf had appeared or appeased his appetite, he lay down again in the bed, fell asleep, and began to snore very loudly, while the huntsman was just passing the house and thought to himself, how the old woman is snoring. I must see if she uh, wants anything. And so he went into the room. And when he came into the bed, he saw that the wolf was lying in it. Do I find you here, you old sinner? Said he. I've long sought for you. Then, just as he was going to fire at him, it occurred to him that the wolf might have devoured the grandmother and that she might still be alive. So he did not fire, but he took a pair of scissors and began to cut open the stomach of the sleeping wolf. When he had made two snips, he saw the little Red Riding Hood shining, and then he made two snips more, and the little girl sprang out crying. Ah, how frightened I have been! How dark it was inside the wolf! And after that, the aged grandmother came out, also alive, but scarcely able to breathe. Little Red Riding Hood, however, quickly fetched great stones with which they filled the wolf's belly, and when he awoke, he wanted to run away, but the stones were so heavy that he collapsed at once and fell dead. Then the three were delighted. The huntsman drew off the wolf's skin and went home with it. The grandmother ate the cake and drank the wine which Little Red Riding Hood had brought and revived. But Little Red Riding Hood thought to herself, as long as I live, I will never by myself leave the path to run into the woods when my mother has forbidden me to do so. Now, it is also related that once, when Little Red Riding Hood was again taking cakes to the old grandmother, another wolf spoke to her and tried to entice her from the path. Little Red Riding Hood, however, was on her guard and went straight forward on her way and told her grandmother that she had met the wolf and that he had said good morning to her, but with such a wicked look in his eyes that if they had not been on the public road, she was certain that he would have eaten her up. Well, said the grandmother, we will shut the door that he may not come in. Soon afterwards, soon afterwards, the wolf knocked and cried, "Open the door, grandmother. I'm Little Red Riding Hood, and I'm bringing you some cakes." But they did not speak or open the door. So the gray beard stole twice or thrice around the house, and at last jumped on the roof, intending to wait until Little Red Riding Hood went home in the evening, and then to steal after her and devour her in the darkness. But the grandmother saw what was in his thoughts, and in front of the house was a great stone trough. So she said to the child, "Take the pail, Little Red Riding Hood, that I made some sausages yesterday, and so carry the water in which I boiled them in to the trough." Well, Little Red Riding Hood carried until the great trough was quite full. Then the smell of the sausages reached the wolf, and he sniffed and he peeped down, and at last he stretched his neck so far that he could no longer keep his footing, and began to slip, and slipped down from the roof straight into the great trough, and was drowned. But Little Red Riding Hood went joyously home, and no one ever did anything to harm her again. That was the tale of Little Red Riding Hood. Okay, hey, we got two viewers now. Glad to have them. Glad to have them. So, did I mention that I had? I didn't even mention that I had new subscribers. Yeah, I did. And did I mention my PokePal special return poke to Julie Rigo? Okay, uh, definitely don't want to forget my Facebook PokePals. All right. Oh, that brings us to the Daily Bread portion of the program. Daily Bread portion of the program is going to be brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2024. The Bible with Briscoe 2024 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2024 will be Judges 7 through 8 and Luke 5 1 through 16. So don't forget to tune in to the Bible with Briscoe 2024 for your daily reading of the Bible. Jesus, our substitute. It's going to be the devotion in the daily bread portion of the program. And as always, I'm not allowed to read the daily bread portion of the program, the whole entire uh, devotion, because that is a breach of contract. They have their own narrated version. So if you would like to read the daily bread, you can always go to odb.org and hit the uh, read today's devotion, and it will give you a nice story that relates to the uh, scriptures and insights for the title. So, anyway, don't forget to throw a little change their way so that they can keep the gospel going around the world. Okay? Alrighty then. Jesus, our substitute. 1 Peter 3:13 through 18. Who is going to harm you if you are eager to do good? But even if you should suffer for what is right, you are blessed. And do not fear their threats. Do not be frightened. But in your hearts, revere Christ as Lord always. And always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. But do this with gentleness and respect, keeping a close conscience to so that those who speak maliciously against you, against your good behavior in Christ, may be ashamed of their slander. For it is better, if it is God's will, to suffer for doing good than for doing evil. For Christ also suffered once for sin, the righteousness for our unrighteousness, to bring you to God. He was put to death in the body, but made alive in the spirit. So there you have it. That was Jesus, our substitute, once and for all and only, needed to be our substitute so that we may become close to Christ and become close to the Father through Christ. Amen. Amen. All right. Yep, I want to thank you folks for tuning in to the Bible, or excuse the Shen Show today. Because, well, hey, without my fans, I wouldn't be out here and living the dream. By the way, the what is that act called again? The It's a government program that's we're gonna see what it's called. Do 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 do. Mm. I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, the act that keeps the internet available for folks like me is going to be closing down at the end of the month. So I have to be able to come up with funds to be able to keep on the Shen Show and the Bible with Briscoe. Now, I should be able to come up with it, but if not, I'm going to try to start a fundraiser of some sort to keep that going. So if y'all can figure out a way to let me know how to do that, leave some comments down below. I certainly would appreciate it. Okay, thank you so very much for tuning into the Shen Show. And as always, well, Goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. Hey, I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Ba-do-do-do. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. That's it. That's all. That's the Shin Show in a nutshell. And as always, God loves you, and so do I. So come back and see us again tomorrow because, well, God willing, we'll be here. And we hope that you are too. Bye bye.